Hello and welcome to the Nerd Age Podcast. This is a show we talk about things that are nerdy. My name is Joan. I'm here with Corey.
Yo.
Josh.
What's up?
And Mick.
Hey.
It's been a while. We've been busy. We've been doing stuff, but the Nerd Age is back. We're going to jump right into it. We got a big show today. First thing we're going to do, the Andor Season 2 trailer dropped while we were not recording. And so now we're going to talk about it a little bit. What do you guys think?
The music was great.
Yeah.
That was our favorite part.
Best part.
Yeah. We, as you can tell, we've already talked about this, but I think we were all in agreement. The musical choice for the trailer just felt completely off.
Way off.
It kind of felt like they were like, hey, do you know what we should do? We should like, this is not your typical Star Wars.
Yeah.
And it just didn't work.
Especially for a show like Andor. Andor was so like dialogue heavy and, you know, drama. It felt very like this is the new
on the nose, you know, like over your head, like, yeah, revolution.
Yeah. It also did feel like, I mean, I really liked the trailer, but there were surprisingly, there were a lot of things that I didn't like. Like, I didn't like that it was like the show that everyone's been raving about. And it was like, the best Star Wars ever, you know, and like doing the whole, like the hype up thing. I was like, yeah, we liked it. Yeah. Yeah,
like, just be cool.
But they were just like, they wanted to like really let you know that like,
Corey was like,
people,
best
not this
Star Wars
guy.
ever. Nope. Like, everyone's raving. Who?
Yeah, so I thought that was a little annoying, and then that coupled with
the music,
I was like, what are we doing, guys?
The
But
visuals were really cool,
good.
but
and,
yeah, it just
and
felt
I was
like
interested in like all the things happening. I was like, oh, that's interesting. Seeing Krennic was great. Having him back.
It's nice seeing him again.
That's great to see
It's
Krennic.
great to see Krennic again.
I love Krennic, dude.
I feel like we just don't connect enough.
Yeah.
You know, it's nice when we go out and see each other.
Yeah.
It's like old friends.
it's been a while, Krennic.
I think it's just kind of weird because it's like the reason why everyone likes it is because of the drama. I mean, it is literally a drama. And so all of a sudden they're advertising it as this like action movie. And to be fair, they have some really cool shots. And obviously we're going to have a lot more action in this season. But I mean, I'm just like, why'd they lean so much into it? Because that's not why this is successful, you know?
Yeah.
But hey, they're playing with house money at this point. So they can make mistakes like that. The show will probably be great, you know? But hey.
Yeah, it's just the weird thing too is a lot of people kept saying like they were waiting for the trailer. Like, when's the trailer gonna happen? and then they dropped that.
Don't worry, sir. Don't worry.
It just felt like, you know, they weren't. The music just was a letdown, you know.
Yeah, it was a huge letdown. Yeah, like we already said, it's like when there's the vampire movie and they're like, the world is a vampire. Like, put that in there. Put that in there. Put that song in there, dude.
Yep.
Oh, yep, Rebellion.
Yeah.
It's a zombie movie.
Yeah.
Put the zombies on.
They released a special look.
Yeah. Was that yesterday or today?
Yeah, yesterday or something. And it just, that was better.
Yeah.
That just felt like, I don't know. The song just really, and I've talked about that. We've talked about this before. Even in movies, like when they use
like the Gladiator 2 soundtrack.
Yes, like the trailer, or even like in Black Adam, you know, where they're like, you know, like when they use Blue Beetle did it, you know, all these superhero movies like to like do needle drops, and I'm just like, I just prefer the score. It's kind of,
But don't you think that doesn't that sound like they're prepping you for more usage of that music in the show?
I
Because
don't
that's
think
what happened in
so.
Gladiator, right? They also used.
no, they didn't.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because that's what scares me. Is I'm like, maybe they're kind
That
of
would
like getting
suck.
you used to it.
They're like,
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna,
you know,
it's
like
gonna
they
be
do
like
it in the alien voice,
yeah, that'd be better if they did if
alien
they changed
punk
it up.
rock.
Alien punk rock.
But yeah, anyways, but as far as like the visuals, you guys thought it was good, right?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
It looked as good as the first season and
looks
what
like
we
this.
see in Rogue One, and I have no doubt that it won't be a great season. But yeah, the advertising choice was very strange.
And once again, Zack Snyder is the blueprint because we got stormtroopers in wheat fields right after Rebel Moon.
Come on.
I'm just saying.
Oh my god.
Zack Snyder does his Star Wars movie, has wheat, and now Andor.
And they used framing and composition
and similar
cameras.
music.
Oh my god! Yeah, actually, yeah.
So that'll do it for the Andor trailer. We're gonna just jump into some news. We're gonna start with some Star Wars stuff. Last week, the internet was wild. It was burning down. There was great rejoicing because there were rumors that Kathleen Kennedy was stepping down as the head of Lucasfilm at the end of this year. And everyone was like, all these rumors started going that Dave Filoni and Favreau were in the running to replace her, that Kevin Feige was in the running to replace her, that it might have been Filoni and Feige. And then she drops an
F-bomb.
Basically an article in Deadline or something like that that was basically saying like, I'm not leaving. I'm going to be here. I'm not retiring for like 10 years, like all this stuff. And so now everyone's like, so it could be that she steps down because what she said is, I'm not retiring. I'm still going to be producing movies. So she could still be a producer, but not be in charge of Disney. But it did seem like it was just kind of like
in charge of Lucasfilm, not Disney.
Yeah. Well, that's what I meant. So I don't know.
I think she's still gone by the end of the year. Maybe not her choice, but I think she will be gone. I mean, her contract is up anyway, right?
I'm not sure.
I thought it was a 10-year. Something. I heard that somewhere, but I have a feeling.
Yeah, I don't know about this year, but I think she's probably gone in the next year or two. Because she even said, she's like, oh, we're identifying people to replace me, kind of a thing.
Filoni, just give it to Filoni.
But the way the anonymous source named Puck, like that's literally the person that they were like, they have a source named Puck who said that Kathleen Kennedy's leaving for sure. And everyone ran with it. Like, yeah, Puck, he's got it. That guy's a great source. That's like Blu-ray Angel, you know?
Yeah, imagine being that guy and being like, what should my alias be? Oh, I've got it. Puck. Brilliant.
Puck, because I don't give a Puck.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
he loves Mighty Ducks.
It's kind of
it's Knuckle Puck time.
Yeah,
of course.
It's one of those things though, like the internet. Basically, what I pictured was the Return of the Jedi special edition ending when they're tearing down the Palpatine and everyone's celebrating. That's what everyone thought it was going to be, and it wasn't in the end.
And then there was a shot of them putting the
they're putting it back up.
Yeah. So in that article, some tidbits came out. Kathleen Kennedy said that Taika Waititi is now working with a new writer for his Star Wars movie. So dang it, his Star Wars movie is still
alive,
still working. But this is her quote: "I think if we were ever to get a script from Taika, it's going to be fantastic. I already saw a first act that I loved, but tying him down, it's tricky." So they're kind of like, yeah, he's still working on a movie, but we'll see. I'm still like, just cancel this movie.
That would leave.
Just cancel it.
So he was working with a different writer.
Interesting.
And now he's with a new person.
I guess. That's what she said.
That's what she said.
It's the first time I heard that in actual context.
That's what she said.
Well, I wonder if, that normally isn't a good thing to hear of like, well, we're losing writers. We need
But that's the same thing that's happened with all the movies. Like the Rey movie just lost another writer and they're getting someone else. So it just feels like that's what Star Wars does under Kathleen
but I'm
Kennedy.
saying that's not a good sign.
Right.
Yeah.
So hopefully it doesn't
Isn't that weird though? Because you would think, her saying herself, oh, it's hard to tie him down. It's like they've got like so much money. They could just throw a ton of money at someone. Wouldn't they just automatically say
they could tie him down with gold bricks?
Right. That's what they're
just
doing.
lay him on his chest so he can't move.
So my thing is, I think it's an issue of like not a good story, not good writing,
or it doesn't fit with what their plans are.
Doesn't fit with what they want to do. Yeah. So there's a lot of red flags there for me at least because I'm like, the money's not an issue. So there's something else, and that's the thing that we care about. You know what I mean? Like,
I would say if anything, the only like golden glimmer of this that I can see is I'm glad it's just not only him writing.
Yeah, that's true.
Because that's very much his thing. He writes and directs and love or hate his movies. He definitely has a style. So maybe having somebody else there.
I wonder if that's a reason why he's not doing it. Who knows?
Could be.
He needs a yes man.
Yeah.
Next thing in news on Star Wars, details on the Sean Levy film. It's going to star Ryan Gosling. It's a standalone film.
Dreamboat.
Set around 5 to 6 years after Episode 9.
Okay.
So some news is part of
New era.
So
Star
how
Wars.
many-
We haven't
you
been
said
there.
Several, or would you
5
say?
or 6
5
years.
Or 6. Okay.
May bring back some sequel trilogy characters. We're not sure. That's just
Babu
up there.
Frick?
And then
for sure.
will be the next Star Wars film to start production. So that's
Oh.
going to be the next one.
Cool.
After Yoda, Grogu, and
Mandalorian.
Yoda, Grogu, and Mando.
So yeah, what do you guys think of those details? Anything that jumps out to you?
Do we have anything else to go off of besides that?
No, I think
Is
that's
that
all
it,
they've said,
really?
right? They just said a
Jeez.
Sean Levy.
I mean,
Ryan
Action
Gosling.
adventure.
Yeah.
I mean, how you guys feeling about Sean Levy?
I
I
don't.
don't really know him.
I,
I don't know him personally.
Yeah.
I mean, I thought Deadpool Wolverine was pretty good. I'm assuming that it's going to be a bit different of a feel.
Yeah.
He does. He did the Adam Project on Netflix with Ryan Reynolds.
Here's a question: do you think Ryan Reynolds will make a cameo?
Hopefully not, dude.
No.
We don't support Ryan Reynolds anymore, dude.
Dude,
After all that stuff coming out,
Dude.
forget it.
yeah, get that guy out
Get
of
him
here.
out of here, dude. Get him out. I mean, he does. Sean Levy's like thing is like kind of action adventure,
Yeah.
feel good type of movie, which I'm like that could be fun and Star like
That might align, is what you're kind of saying.
I'm saying like I think Star Wars could use a fun adventure movie. You know what I mean? It doesn't have to be super serious or like, hey, we're dealing with the fate of the galaxy. It's like, cool, give me a story in this era of Star Wars that's just
Make him a
fun.
smuggler and do something fun adventure. I think the question most people will have is Ryan Gosling going to be just a good fit for Star Wars?
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
Which I think
Make him an alien.
Yeah, I don't think I want him to be a. I don't think I want him to be a smuggler. I think that's too easy.
What do you want?
A Wookiee.
Bartender.
Okay.
And it's the adventures of a bartender.
Yeah.
He just
does,
Some guy
it's like
comes in.
it's like
wrong
Cocktail.
place, wrong time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, these
It's
guys
just
come
him
in.
turning away droids.
Yeah.
We don't serve your
That's such a kind here. And then by the end of the movie, a droid saves his life, and he actually loves
And
droids.
at the end of the movie, they're friends.
Wow.
Great. Hey,
You heard it here first.
I like it.
It has been written.
The Hunt for Gollum has been delayed
This is a Star Wars movie?
to 2027.
crossover.
So
Till
I don't
when?
like.
Sorry.
Did they say why?
27. No, just said that.
They're waiting for Ian McKellen to get
die.
just a little bit
I
older.
mean, for real. Like,
Yeah.
and Aragorn, or what's his name?
Viggo
Viggo.
Mortensen?
He's old, bro.
Have you seen Viggo,
He's
dude?
old,
He was
bruh.
in Spokane like a couple months ago.
So was Post Malone was in Coeur d'Alene.
They were hanging out.
Coeur d'Alene's not Spokane. So
It's not Spokane.
yeah, it's different. Different state.
So another
Why-
year,
why was
another
he
year
here?
without Lord of the Rings, guys.
That's a bummer.
Yeah.
I mean, at the same time, I'm like, hey, take as much time as you
I don't
need
know,
because
yeah.
I honestly don't. This is one of those movies that I'm like,
Yeah.
I feel like when it comes out, people hate it.
Yeah,
Well, of course. But here's the thing.
saying.
Do we if we have any chance of this being good, the only way it's good is if it ties into the original trilogy.
Yeah,
And you need to have Ian McKellen be Gandalf in that. So by delaying it, it means he's just older, like you said.
Yeah.
We're just getting closer to an RIP. So it's like, no.
Here's the thing:
Get
bring
it?
Michael Fassbender in. We do the whole X-Men thing. He plays younger Ian McKellen.
There
Boom.
you go.
Bada bing, bada boom.
There you go.
There
All right.
you go.
Problem solved.
Bang. He just replaces him in all. That's actually super smart. I love it.
Next bit of news. We're jumping around, guys, from different
Okay.
universe. Star Wars, Lord of the Rings,
And?
The Office.
Oh,
The new
that was
people have
unexpected.
been wondering how the new Office that they're doing is going to tie in to the old Office. Well,
I've been wondering.
Oscar Martinez is
the boss?
is going to be in the new Office playing. You know, so
nice.
Is he
there you
playing
go.
Oscar again? Or?
Oh, dude, just
some random
person.
dude. One of the best characters.
Well, that's what I was like. I was like, you really? You're going? They're like, we. Dwight Schrute didn't want to do it.
Who needs money? Raise your hand.
They kind of brought back Kevin Malone. I would have preferred Kevin Malone.
Or Creed.
Wow, that's interesting. Yeah, that's interesting.
Like,
wow.
do you know what would have been great? It's like they start this new office there, and then Creed just randomly there, and he's like, "Oh, I've been there this whole time." Like many years later, he's just like, "Who's that?"
He's
guy?
just been working.
You know.
He's just been showing up at work.
Exactly.
No Kevin Malone.
He's got his bars.
Missed
It
opportunity.
could be that there's more, but this is the first one they've said.
This
This
first
is
announcement.
the tie-in is this character.
And that's they were like, we got our link, and that's
Yeah,
all we need.
That's all you
Dang,
need.
dude.
Do
Oscar
you want to
Martinez.
be honest here? I'll be honest.
Yeah.
I'm really not excited.
No, me neither. For the new Office,
No.
I mean, when is it coming out?
I don't know, but it's Peacock, so
Ultimate.
I'm not
excited.
I'm not excited either. I feel like anytime you go back to the well, it's
well, they tried to
the
do
ship
that with
has sailed.
Scrubs too, and it was just like it's
Yeah.
just not the same.
It's not,
Yeah.
and that was even pretty like
Yeah.
a year later or a year and a half later.
And they used many of the same characters
Yeah.
for the first 3 episodes, and then kind of were
Yeah.
like, "Hey,
Yeah.
push them off." This just seems like, I don't know. It feels like with shows like The Office, Seinfeld, like shows that are classics, there was something about the casting, the characters, it just all worked really
Yeah.
well. It's hard to replicate that again, especially when you're just trying to.
I mean,
be like,
even when Steve Carell left, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, this
was
doesn't
hard.
feel the same.
yeah.
It wasn't the same. Yeah, no, it's definitely not going to be successful. And I'll put my name on that.
Next
Oscar
thing.
being the boss. Yeah.
Well, they didn't say he was the boss. They just said he was
Yeah, but bro.
one of the characters.
might as well be.
Let's be
Might as
honest.
well be.
He'll be the boss.
X-Men animated series season 2 comes out in 2026.
All right.
The
It'll be on my top 10.
obviously,
Heck yeah.
obviously, the guy
Lessons
that
learned.
the showrunner from last season got axed, and he's been all over like social media, being like, "It's not going to be good because we had all these really good ideas, and they're not going for them." Same thing they did with Rob Liefeld, who did Deadpool. They just basically cut ties with him, and him and this guy have been going back and forth saying like, Disney and Marvel sucks. Like they getting rid of all the creative people.
Did he say why?
Why he was?
Yeah.
He had
Or does he have an? They're not going to say exactly why, but does
Well,
he have an idea?
well, he was let go because there was like sexual harassment stuff that he had done.
Okay.
But he says it was like that stuff was overplayed to get rid of him. I don't know.
Why would you get rid of? Was he just not?
They got rid of him while it was premiering.
Yeah, it was like the week of the premiere.
the week of the premiere.
Yeah.
They got rid of him.
He must not.
So he
have,
did the first season.
adhered to the ecosystem very well. If they want to push him out like that, especially when it's a successful show.
Yeah.
So weird.
But 2026. So we'll see how that goes. We're next universe, guys. Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Okay. Daniel Radcliffe.
Okay. Wolverine.
Harry Potter himself.
Well,
I want you to
he
think.
doesn't want to be in.
I
Harry
want
Potter
you to
ever
think
again.
of who he might play in a movie that we've talked about
Bilbo
on
Baggins.
this before.
Bilbo Baggins.
It's. I'll give you a hint.
Harry
He-Man.
Potter.
He-Man.
Comic
Potter.
book
Okay.
movie.
Comic book movie.
Who do you think
Marvel, DC.
he might?
Yeah.
That would give it away, but
Okay.
DC.
DC.
Yes.
Who would Daniel Radcliffe
Yes.
play?
He's being
He's
eyed.
Nightwing.
No.
He's Damian Wayne.
No.
Alfred.
No.
He's British.
You guys are way far off.
Perfect.
No guess, Corey.
Wait.
No.
DC short.
Darkseid.
In James Gunn's crappy stuff. that's
Yep.
going on? Okay.
Ooh. Booster Gold.
No. I'm going to just lay it on you. Clayface.
Oh, yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah.
There's rumors that they want Daniel
Yeah,
Radcliffe
that's an obvious
to
one.
play
How'd you guys not get
Basil Carlo. Clayface himself in a movie that will not have Batman in it, and he won't even be a Batman villain. It's just going to be Daniel
A
Radcliffe
monster movie.
It's gonna
getting a
be
Clayface.
It's gonna be a slice of life Clayface. Oh,
There you go.
weird. Strange.
All right.
I'm excited. Sounds great.
Next one, John Lithgow playing Dumbledore in the new Harry Potter HBO Max
He's not
series.
old enough. They need
79 years old,
They
guys.
need to wait.
Wow.
79 years
You
old.
knew that off the top of your head?
Off the top of my head.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Crazy, dude.
I mean,
How do you feel, Mick? This is your bread and butter right here. You years ago on this podcast,
Go ahead.
yeah.
you called for a reboot. You were like, they
true.
should make the Harry Potter movies
Oh, that's
into
true.
a show, and we were like,
And I got laughed at.
"You're an idiot."
And now,
Pointed and laughed at me.
and who's laughing now? Not John, Lithgow.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I like John Lithgow. I think he's great in what he does, but I don't think he would have been.
Hey, give him a
Like-
beard, and he can do it.
I guess.
Give him a beard. Give him a staff. Oh, wait.
Yeah, a little hat.
I feel like if anything, he could bring out the more like weird, unhinged side that Dumbledore is in the books that doesn't really come through in the movies. He just, to me, has a little more goofy.
10 points.
And he's not going to be as angry as the last one. It's like, hey, chill out, bro. It's okay. It's going to be okay.
Dumbledore said calmly.
I think he'll be good. I love him in. I just
Planet of
watched
the
Planet of the Apes.
That's so good when he tells him no. When he goes no.
That's such a good scene. He's good. He's a great actor.
Dude, when he said the word no, dude, that was lit.
So good, dude.
When his son's trying to like, inject him. and-
Spoilers.
Dang, bro.
It's sad. Yeah, I don't know. It'll be interesting.
I think they should just. I mean, when is that coming out?
Not for a while. I mean, they haven't
Well, I'm sure they
everybody.
cast everybody. They just haven't announced it.
I think he dies season 3. You know what I'm saying?
Like the actor in real life.
79.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oof.
And then we get a new Jared Leto to play.
Just bring Johnny Depp in.
I just hope they have.
Yeah.
I just hope they have the next one lined up.
Yeah.
You know, like
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Dumbledore number 2.
yeah, he has got to have it understudy.
It's like, hey, we can't break tradition. you
We
know?
need Dumbledore.
Yeah.
Yo, that's what they're doing.
Yeah, they're like, we gotta
They're doing that
capture the
intentionally.
magic.
They're gonna replace him. What was it? The first movie, and then they got replaced. Or
He's in
did
2,
he
right?
Get
He's
2?
in 1 and 2.
One and
Yeah.
two.
What if they do like
That'd be
what if they
crazy.
do like the Doctor, like Doctor Who? They're just
Yeah.
always a new
yes,
Dumbledore.
Yes.
They're like, now
That'd be
he's
kinda
black.
cool.
Now he's a woman. Now he's Asian.
That'd be kind of cool.
Now he's a Mexican.
That'd be awesome, dude. Dude, Mexican Dumbledore would be
Dumbledore.
awesome. Dude, that'd be dope.
Very good.
What's Spanish for door?
Puerta.
Dumbledore.
Puerta.
Yo, that sounds dope. Yo.
Yeah.
How do you say dumble? Dumble.
I'm curious though, like
Dumble puerta.
Yo.
I'm curious though, with it being a rebooted thing, like how much they will carry over from the movies. Like, are they gonna have like the castle being kind of the same because it's so iconic to people, or like
yeah.
as the theme music gonna be
Yeah.
similar because that's very like
It's gonna go
tied
dun,
in.
dun, 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 bwam. Like just little notes
Dude.
just changed here and
Like
there.
Vanilla Ice saying like,
Yeah.
no, it's different.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's dun,
Mine goes
dun,
dun
dun,
dun 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 dun. Theirs goes dun 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 dun.
totally different.
I've got this weird feeling that it's gonna look worse. Like I feel like they're gonna use like
A lot of
a
CGI.
lot of CGI, so it'll look worse.
I mean, it can't look worse than the troll in the first one in the bathroom.
Yeah,
That looks
but
Right,
everything
right.
else, the CGI is,
But like how
is
the
bad. But like the castle and
Yeah.
all the, sets look
composition-
really good.
Yeah, the compositing, it looks really good.
yeah, that monster book
That dude.
was off the
That's
chain,
that's
baby.
a great. I would
Or
love.
the Rastafarian like night bus.
Take it away.
Look, that is crazy.
It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
Next thing,
I wish you
moving
would have said
on.
Bumbaclat. I wish you would have. That's too bad. That's too bad.
Warner Brothers shutting down Monolith and canceling the Wonder Woman game that they had announced a few years back. They
I forgot about it, honestly.
They also shut down like 2 other studios that they own, like Warner Brothers San Diego and another one I couldn't think of.
Wow.
So people are like, they've been working on these games for several years, and now they're just like, nah, we're done. You guys that play more games, do you guys care to comment on any of that?
I mean, I honestly forgot about the Wonder Woman game, but it sounded like, oh, cool. Wonder Woman game sounds fun. But yeah, that's been happening a lot. Like Sony shut down a couple studios a couple months ago also. Bend, the Bend studio that did Days Gone and stuff like that. And they were working on a God of War live service game. So there's a lot of that going on in the games industry.
Yeah. It's always tough because I feel like game studios are trying to be justified by money, and then they're also trying to adapt to whatever the current state of gaming is and what's popular and what sells. And because games take freaking forever to develop, it's hard because you get 3 years into a game and it literally isn't guaranteed to come out. Like 5-6 years, that's when it might come out. And it's just like, I mean, I have actually a handful of friends who are in game development, and it's just like, how much stuff have they done that's never come out?
Yeah.
Like I have a friend who he's been a part of like 3 or 4 different studios, just jumping because of just being somewhere, and maybe the game doesn't even get released and jumps better offer, goes to another studio. And yeah, it's crazy. The world of game development is wild. It's absolutely wild.
Crazy.
If you're not part of like a big boy company like EA or something huge like that, it's wild. But I'm trying to think, what's the best game that's come out of a Warner Bros. Studio? You know what I mean? Like, I can't remember the last Warner Bros. Game that I've played. You know what I mean? So
Gotham Knights. Remake.
Suicide Squad kids just.
Yeah, I didn't.
I mean, besides the Arkham games.
Just the Arkham games. That's probably the last Warner Bros. Game that I played. Yeah. So it sucks though, because you know a lot of people are working really hard on those games and they really want their art to be seen, and boom, shut down. They own it. It'll never be seen. Just crazy.
Was Hogwarts Legacy considered
that would probably been a WB game.
Yeah.
What it had to have been.
Monolith, just looking up, did Middle Earth Shadow of War. You ever play that?
Yeah. I
mean,
do remember that one.
That's a really fun
Middle
game.
Earth Shadow of Mordor.
That's the one with sexy Shelob.
Yep.
Is that the first one or the second one?
Shadow of Mordor is the second one, right?
I don't. What was the other? Shadow of War.
Shadow of War.
I think that's the Shadow of War is the second.
Mordor was the first.
Okay.
One.
Yeah. I think so too.
So yeah, none of these other games I know what they are. So
Okay,
Condemned, Criminal Origins, Aliens versus Predator 2,
Oh yeah.
Condemned 2, Bloodshot, Middle Earth, Shadow of Mordor, No One Lives Forever, Fear 2, Project Origin, Gotham City Imposters. Ooh, Gotham City Imposters. That was the
What is that?
like Fortnite game.
Is
where,
it Battle Royale?
Yeah, where you would like dress up as like the Joker. There was all people with guns, and they had like Joker masks and Harley Quinn masks.
my
And
I don't remember.
they had
that
like
at
the
all.
Batman, like
Whoa.
yeah,
Not
Yes,
ringing a
dude,
bell.
that
Yeah.
rings a bell. It looked really bad.
yeah. Grunts, No One Lives Forever 2,
my God.
Shogo, The Matrix Online. Anyways,
What?
Tron 2.0,
That's crazy.
Gorky 17. Anyway. Next thing, Marvel is rumored to be developing an X-Men TV series. Will focus on young mutants at Xavier's School for Gifted Youngsters.
Cool. Sure.
Live action. Is that something you guys want to see? Knowing, well, we're going to talk about Deadpool in a sec, but knowing Marvel TV's track record, is this something you guys would be excited for, or would you rather see it in a movie?
I mean, if you base it just off of the track record, I would say not really that excited. If you base it off of the first 2 episodes of Daredevil, I'm a little more interested, a little more excited. I think they're changing they're the way that they're looking at their TV shows. I think before they felt more like miniseries, like mega movie kind of things. It feels like now they're doing, I mean, not television, but you know what I mean? It feels more televised. And maybe that's a bad thing, but at least from the first 2 episodes of Daredevil, it makes me hopeful that they're like trying to focus more on quality instead of quantity.
Yeah.
And people love the X-Men, so I feel like the setting of that, like a school, is also a really good way to have like a TV show. I mean, it works for the animated show. So.
It works for Harry Potter.
Yeah, I'm wondering. I think I would prefer to have like an introduction movie, and then have a show based off of the school. I think would be my preference, but I mean, I think that's an interesting way to introduce to some mutants, and then maybe then you're like, oh, hey, you graduated and now you're an X-Men in the next movie or whatever.
You graduated and now you're in a movie.
It's right.
No more TV for you.
But I mean, I'm excited to get some X-Men stories finally, but we'll see whenever that happens.
Corey, you care?
Corey, you care? I mean, I'd rather see X-Men animated personally, but if I can't have it in animated form, because we're already getting X-Men in another animated form, but it works really well. Live action X-Men, not the best track record, and then you put it in a TV form. We'll see. Am I excited about it? Probably not as much, but I'm intrigued. I think that's more how I feel about it. See how those first couple episodes, whenever it comes out, and see how it is. See what characters we're going to be following, because that's kind of a big part of it.
Yeah.
What kind of characters are they? Brand new? Are they crossover? Are they brand new takes on classics?
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's kind of the big thing for me. It's like if you save the heavy hitters for the movies, and then do a TV show with like Kitty Pryde and like all this stuff.
Hey, Kitty
like
Pryde's a heavy hitter, dude.
And all these other like you'd be like
really?
Sparkle John or whatever, like just random guys that are like
Johnson.
Yeah,
no, that's what.
Then it's just like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It's like this was before Wolverine and Cyclops were around. This is
not interested.
Beard Lady, and it's just like, I don't know. So it really depends on who the cast is and who the rogues gallery is, I guess.
Right. Yeah. And who's the villain?
Yeah.
What's the story?
Do you want to see them recast like Xavier and?
Oh, I think they have to. I think they can't. Yeah, I think they have to do new stuff.
Okay.
I did think. What did I see?
I'd kind of want them to keep it in a different universe, not connected to the past Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
But they're going to
connect it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're connecting everything they can to past Marvel. Yeah.
Oh, sorry. Were you going to say something?
Oh, I was just going to say I saw a clip of someone asking James McAvoy about X-Men. He's like, I'm not going to answer that question. They can promote their own movies. I was like, huh? All right. Good.
Good for him.
Good for
him standing up.
Yeah,
sticking
standing
up to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you say anything about Kathleen Kennedy too?
Yeah.
And I'll say another thing. Get that later out of Star Wars.
Get her out of there.
He's like, I would love to play Darth Revan, but I have a script that I wrote.
Last thing we're going to talk about, James Gunn had a big press conference thing for DC, and I'm just going to run through some of the things that he said, and you guys can react to anything you find interesting or not react. It's up to you guys.
Oh, thanks for giving us.
Okay. Make sure you get your reaction face ready.
So, first thing, Superman and Peacemaker season 2 are deep into post-production.
Wow.
July 11th, 2025 is Superman, and then August 2025 is Peacemaker. So I know you guys are super excited about that one.
Whoa. That's surprising.
Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow director Craig Gillespie is halfway through film production, releasing June 26, 2026. You guys excited about Supergirl?
Who's the director?
That's what I was just gonna say.
Craig Gillespie. I don't know what he's done.
Not really.
I can look it up real quick.
I don't know. I mean, they showed like one shot of the chair that she's sitting in with the logo.
Could be cool.
I haven't seen anything that the actress has been in. I don't recognize.
Oh, she's in.
You guys ready for the movies this director's done?
Yeah.
Tell me yay or nay. Mr. Woodcock.
No.
Lars and the Real Girl.
Mr. Woodcock.
Yeah. Fright Night.
Oh.
$1 Million Man. Finest Hours. I, Tonya. Cruella. And Dumb Money, the GameStop story.
So they got him a little bit cheaper. They're saving a little bit of money. Good.
I'm gonna say based off of those, not really excited.
Not Oscar contenders?
Not really.
Mr. Woodcock.
Maybe that means they can.
I mean,
put
people
more-
said. I think people liked I, Tonya. That's the one with Margot Robbie,
Yeah,
the
ice skating.
ice skating one.
Yeah.
I don't. That doesn't scream action movie to me though. Like superhero.
Well, none of
film.
those do.
Yeah.
I mean,
Finest Hours.
Finest
is
Hours,
the Mark Wahlberg one, right?
no, that's the one with Chris Pine.
Oh.
Oh, on the boat.
Yeah.
The boat. Yeah. Okay.
Oh. Wasn't that supposed to be good?
I don't know.
I watched it, but I don't remember it.
Okay. Probably not good. Then.
Was the directing great? Like, wow, this
He doesn't remember
This is amazing.
I don't remember it.
Good old Craig.
Forgettable.
Yeah, I
Mr.
mean,
Woodcock.
Yeah, Mr. Woodcock. That's funny. I remember watching that in high school,
That's crazy.
Well, he's back, guys.
middle school, I think actually.
Or he never left.
Wow.
Next one, Lanterns, starring Kyle Chandler,
Okay.
more for Morning Edition, and Aaron Pierre,
I just-
because we talked about it on the podcast.
it is important. That helps me.
important.
That helps me, to be honest.
Production
That
has officially begun, aimed to premiere on Max early 2026. They dropped the
That
first
picture looks sick, dude. Yeah, dude. That looks sick.
up.
Well, I
Two
was-
guys in their leather,
I was like, Kyle Chandler's looking good, bro.
What's it called?
Just look at Green
Lanterns.
Lanterns first picture. It's just two guys walking down the middle of a road in jackets.
Yeah.
There's nothing says Green Lantern about it except he's got. You can
Except
look.
it's Kyle
you zoom
Chandler
in on the ring.
and Jon Stewart.
Did you see that picture?
Yeah.
Yeah. And were you like, I was like, man, Kyle
Were you
Chandler
like,
looks
wow,
like
lanterns.
a good lantern.
What is the deal with hiring like older people?
He's
younger
super
parts.
old, dude. But he looks
He's like
good.
79.
He's like 60. But
I would have loved to have seen like a Chris Pine cast. For
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you
Hal
this
Jordan.
though, coaches never look better. You know,
I don't know. I can't find it. What should I look up?
just like Kyle Chandler.
Chandler.
Just Green
Look up
Lantern.
on Google
Lantern.
two people walking towards camera, and you'll find
It's seriously
thousands
like
of them.
a
Like
desert road.
I mean, okay. What?
there's nothing about the photo that's like,
Oh no!
Yeah.
No, of course. Yeah. I mean, but
You find it?
I love Kyle Chandler. I love Kyle Chandler.
oh, yeah,
I've got a feeling it's not great. I'm not seeing anything. Don't worry about it.
Just it's awesome, dude.
I'm gonna
Just take
believe
my
you.
word for it.
I'll take
Take
your
my
word
word.
for it, man. Cool, man. Hey,
I do think the premise will be good because I'm assuming a buddy cop.
was it a
kind of-
leak?
No, it's the official first look.
Okay.
This is it.
Putting all of it.
This is it.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
That's it.
That's
Yeah,
it.
dude, look at
Oh,
that.
there's-
Just two guys
Look at
wearing
him, dude.
normal clothes walking down a road
Well, do
in
you-
the middle of
well,
nowhere.
Do you think they wear their costume all the time, Jonah?
Yeah, it's a little
He
ridiculous.
looks-
But yeah, does that scream?
look
Does that scream Green Lanterns to you though? When you're like, "Hey, we're the first official look of the Lanterns," and you're like,
Oh, look at that ring.
looks like
hey, the ring's green.
looks like a GQ ad.
Yeah, they're looking good, man.
That's what
They
I'm
look,
saying,
they look
dude.
good. They look good. They look good.
So-
Oh, it's right there.
second pick.
Josh, why didn't you tell me? It's literally
Some-
the top spot.
I
You're
thought-
like looking at all the green ones.
I'm
You're
looking
like,
for
'Cause
lantern.
you would have,
Green
yeah,
Lantern.
you wouldn't have known. That's exactly
It's
the
right
point.
below the first one.
Bro, Josh could see it.
you already scrolled past that. I
You
can see it.
misled me. Well, it's not iconic, that's for
Yeah,
sure. It's
no.
not recognizable, but it is a GQ ad for sure.
It's
You also
no
have to-
Superman putting on his boots.
Yeah, that's
Dude.
for sure. That's for
I
sure.
saw someone being like, "Whoever is in charge of the first looks just needs to get fired at this point," because it's like, "What are you doing?"
But it's true. Like you wonder, like how practical their suits are going to be. You know what I mean? Or if they're going
Yeah.
to go like the route of like, oh, it's all going to be CGI. And they're like,
I mean, the
Guess
one
what?
Zack Snyder did look sick, and he just did that on his phone.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
Green Lantern wasn't in the Zack Snyder movies.
Yeah, it was. I mean, they didn't let him use it, but he filmed it in his driveway,
Okay.
and then he showed the picture on his phone. It's like, that looks sick. James Gunn confirms that no project will get a green light until he and Safran are satisfied with the completed screenplay. It is hard
Yeah.
enough, quote, it is hard enough making a good movie with good script. It's almost impossible making a movie with a script that you're writing on the run.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
You know, and you know
Absolutely.
why I have total confidence in this guy?
Talk to me.
It's because he called The Flash one of the greatest superhero movies
That's
you've
true.
ever seen.
That's true.
That's how I know.
And
He means business.
And he had the idea of redoing the end of the movie and putting George Clooney
Yeah.
Batman and the
Yeah.
That's
falling tooth.
That sounds like a great script idea that was probably there from the very beginning and not written on the run at all.
Yeah.
So
Man,
got him.
the more and more we hear about this stuff and then see how things play out, it's like the more and more I want to be in that writing room, and I want to hear the moment
Just so
where
you
he's
can
like,
laugh.
Yeah, because it'd be hilarious. Like I want to go back in time, and I won't disturb them, but I would love to just watch and see how confident they were in that. To see were they all just yes manning someone? You know what I mean? Like, are they really thinking through this correctly? I don't know. It's so weird how they land at the points that they land. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's weird.
It is weird. Nuts. To me, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Especially that
That is
ending to
crazy.
be like, no, let's scrap Henry Cavill being there, Ben Affleck being there, Keaton being there, Supergirl being there, and we'll replace it with George Clooney showing up and your tooth falling out.
But I will say there was some emotional connection moment at the end, kind of with his mom and stuff. That was the best scene. But everything else was so ridiculous and so goofy and also just stupid
Yeah.
that I just have a hard time understanding people's thought process to kind of look past that or be like, that's gold.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't know.
Especially Tom Cruise. Someone like Tom Cruise who said it was the greatest movie he's ever seen.
Yeah.
Incredible.
I just wonder
Cinema.
if there's people out there who are putting their hearts in it or if they're just going there to get a paycheck.
Yeah.
You know, obviously you got to get paid, but I don't know. Some of the best movies are the first of their kind, and it's more of a passion project.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm interested.
Well, I just thought it was funny how he was like, leading up to it, he's like, yeah, I gave him we changed a lot of things. I gave him a lot of direction. One of the greatest movies. Like pumping it, like people are going to love this.
greatest
And then it's like, it's not that good. And he's like, well, I mean, it was just a few notes here and there. The other thing he had said, if one actor plays this actor, they'll play him in video games and everything. Well, he's saying that's not the case because Alan Tudyk will not play Clayface in the feature film since it wasn't his primary role. He played Dr. Phosphorus in Creature Commandos and Clayface, but now we know Daniel Radcliffe is being hired to play Clayface.
There you go.
A brief update on the Batman Part 2 and a possible Season 2 of The Penguin. Matt Reeves has, quote, yet to turn in a full script, but what we have read so far is incredibly encouraging. Quote, we don't know, Safran said. There are a lot of moving pieces, probably most importantly, just how he gets done with the Batman first. That's on whether there's going to be a Penguin 2. Batman, The Brave and the Bold, which was announced
Yep.
with the Flash director attached
Yeah, Muschietti.
before there was a script. But now James Gunn is saying we're not going to announce anything until we have a script. So he's going back on that. Remains in active development. Gunn and Safran confirmed that Matt Reeves' universe exists in its own timeline, and Pattinson will not be reprising his role for this film.
Which you guys are stoked about.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a good
There's
Yeah,
a
yeah.
possibility that the DCU version will show up before the movie. So
Before
he might show
Batman
up in one of the movies. Clayface.
I see. Classic strat. Yeah.
Yeah.
The woman, what is it?
The Woman.
Supergirl.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. Clip that. That's a Jonah
The Woman.
classic.
Dynamic Duo is currently in pre-production, an animated feature film about Dick Grayson and
Oh,
Jason
fun.
Todd in their early days as Robin.
That's cool.
Quote, it provides a kind of perfect on-ramp for family audiences into the world of Gotham,
Cool.
is what Safran said.
That's animated movie.
Yes, or show.
Oh,
I think it was a movie.
Yes, film.
cool.
Sorry.
That's awesome. That sounds fun.
Blue Beetles animated series is in active development. Saffron expects the executive producers Angel Manuel Soto and Gareth Dunet Alcocer to present the project for a possible green light pretty soon. Miguel Puga is directing. Christian Martinez will be writing. I don't know who those guys are. My Adventures with Green Lantern has officially been greenlit. Following high school student Jessica Cruz, who has her life upended when a power ring falls from the sky and chooses Cruz to be its champion. Things get even worse when more debris from the Lantern's ancient space start falling.
So are these all just DC Elseworlds, and are they connected to the DCU?
No, it's all connected.
Okay.
Video games, animation.
These are all connected to the DCU.
Is this animated Blue Beetle, like, does that mean the actors are going to reprise those roles?
Well, that's what yes. But that Blue Beetle movie is not canon unless they mention the events of that Blue Beetle movie in the show.
But only what they mention.
Only what they mention.
They definitely
So if he
need
goes, that one time when my grandma grabbed the machine gun and started shooting people, then that part's
I remember
canon.
that. Yeah.
It's so.
But
it's
is
just
the movie
ridiculous.
itself?
It's not, unless they mention that it was.
Only the events they mentioned. Before the movie.
What if they say this movie is canon at the beginning?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. At the beginning of the movie, they should have like a legal document that pops up and it's like, we reserve
so
the right
dumb.
to mention only certain
Because-
movies.
Non-committal, bad planning.
No, it's
poorly
just-
organized crap.
The only reason is because he wanted to keep giving the people that he'd already cast that were his friends, like in Peacemaker 2, give them
project
a season 2
stuff to do.
and
Yeah,
keep
yeah.
paying them, because he's like, Peacemaker 2 is connected to Peacemaker 1, but
Yeah.
it's a new thing. So Peacemaker 1 isn't canon unless we mention something that happened in Peacemaker 1.
Yeah.
Because in Peacemaker 1, Superman showed up, the Justice League show
Right.
up, Jason Momoa shows up, Ezra Miller shows up.
Right.
So now they're just like, but his wife is going to continue to play the role and into the new DCU. So it's just dumb. They should have rebooted. It's like a complete reset. But anyways,
Yeah.
DC Superpowers has officially been greenlit. Now, keep in mind, all these things that are greenlit, he says, we're not going to greenlit unless we see like a really good script for it, right?
So there's a good
So-
script.
Taking place at the Alliance School for Heroes and focuses on new students Lightning, Flash, Plastic Man, Aquagirl, Green Lantern, and Terra, who level up their powers under the supervision of Principal Martian Manhunter.
Animated?
I assume so.
Claymation?
Starfire has officially been greenlit, serving as an origin story that follows her adventures after she uses an ancient spaceship to discover on her home. She discovers on her home planet, Tamaran, to escape and explore the stars. Along the way, she'll meet space biker Crush, plant-loving Fern.
I love it.
It just seems,
I love it.
it's just so weird to me that this is like your first like.
What was that?
Like, what do you? It's such a weird thing to start. Like, your
Yeah.
universe needs to be rebooted and needs to make money. And
this
you've
is what you're
announced you
choosing to
announced
announce.
all these other shows like Creature Commandos, and they're like, we're fast tracking season 2. No one really watched it. Like, it didn't make a dent in general audiences. Like, no one's gonna know what Creature Commandos is. It's just kind of ridiculous, at this point. And then you're like, oh, let's do a Green Lantern show. Let's do another like kind of Green Lantern show with Cruz, who is meeting this. Let's do Starfire. Let's do it's weird to me.
Weird.
Yeah, it seems odd that you wouldn't focus on like more Batman properties, more. I mean, I guess they're saying the Bat or Robin show, but yeah, you're going pretty far out of the.
Yeah.
I mean,
the
Green,
DC.
Green Lantern's good. Like, that's something
Yeah.
they should do for sure. But
Yeah, it's weird. Let me move on because there's more, and we're running
wait,
out of time.
there's more.
actually so crazy how much news we have. We've been talking for so long just on news.
Sergeant Rock hasn't officially been announced, which they had talked about it. Daniel Craig was never attached to star in the titular role. We never met with Daniel. He was just an idea, which some people have pushed back and said, no, that's not true. He was approached with the director as well.
And he laughed
and then
in their
he
face.
said no. And then that's why they went for the Jai White guy. What's his name?
Michael Jai White?
Yeah. The guy from The Bear.
Yeah.
Oh.
Jay White was the original Spawn, right?
Anyways, Teen Titans is officially in active development. Briefly described as a group of young superheroes, including Nightwing and Cyborg and the aforementioned Starfire.
Animated?
Live action.
Stop.
A script for a Deathstroke and Bane project written by Matthew Orton is in the works at DC Studios. James Gunn says it is something kind of like a Deathstroke Bane story. Okay.
Really?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Wow.
It's kind
My
of
mind is
like
blown,
these
dude.
two characters' story.
Paradise Lost remains in active development. That's the Amazon story.
Where are you getting this news from?
This
These
is what-
quotes are stupid.
Variety is where the quotes are from. Booster Gold moves forward in development after a particular showrunner creator who had expressed interest in the series but ultimately moved on. Swamp Thing has been stuck in limbo while James Mangold has been focused on his biopic, A Complete Unknown. Waller is going down a bumpy road, struggling to land the right script.
Shocking.
The Authority has been moved
That's
to
crazy, dude.
The Authority has been moved to the back burner, which was one of the first movies they were like, we're doing The Authority. Quote, it's a very, very big movie. If you're going to do The Authority properly and some story elements perhaps that are in Superman and some of the other films that we've fast-tracked, step a little bit on The Authority.
See ya.
Oh, baby. Wow.
Gunn says they mapped out a 6-year plan that tells a wider story, resulting in a project akin to Marvel Studios' Avengers films. Through each individual project works as its own thing. It isn't like they're chapters of an overall story. They're characters that are part of an overall story. DC has set a goal to release 7 projects a year. 2 live-action films, 1 animated film, 2 live-action shows, 2 animated series. There is a plan set for the next 6 years. Last thing.
Okay.
Crypto series of short films is in development.
Yeah, baby.
There we go. There it
as
is.
seasonally themed shorts, 4 in total. It's the same dog we meet in Superman.
Oh,
Love it.
wow,
love
dude.
Love it. Motion capped by his actual dog. By the way, he pays himself for that. This guy's a genius. Honestly, dude, I'm actually a fan of James Gunn now.
You can't hate him, dude.
He's
You can't hate him.
smart. He's just robbing these people blind. He's like, you want a job, you get a job, you get a job, you get a job.
I'm just going to announce all these movies.
Like, I do the same thing, bro. They make me the head of DC. I'm hiring you to do all the intro songs.
Yeah.
Boom.
Starfire,
Yeah, dude. Yeah. This is ridiculous.
Crypto, he's a favorite dog of mine. Crypto.
That's
Wow,
great.
that's gold, dude. That's
I just made it up
gold.
now.
Oh.
I just made them now. Wow.
It's a mess,
Wow.
right? I'm not the only one that thinks this is a
They're
complete
committing to
mess.
7 is
I
crazy.
really don't know what to say, to be honest. It does seem just like it's just like, oh yeah, let's just green light it. Yep.
It's like it's so much, but it's almost like it has no like actual like
there's
media.
there's no substance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I feel about it.
Well, the thing that's nuts too is that he'll say all these things because he's on social media so much. Like he'll say stuff, and then when it ends up not working out, he's like, "Oh, that never happened." He did this with Ben Affleck, where he's like, "We talked with Ben Affleck. He really wants to direct for us. We're just looking for the right project for him." And then like a week,
Starfire movie?
a week later, Ben Affleck in like a Variety article they asked him, and he's like, "Oh, I'd never do anything with DC or James Gunn." He's like, "No offense to him, but I have no interest in doing anything in that universe." And so people are like,
Wait a second.
"What? You said he was interested," and Affleck's like, "No, I'm not." Same thing with Daniel Craig. Everyone's saying they reached out to him to play Sergeant Rock. He's in Creature Commandos. They're trying to get him. And then it's like, oh no, that never happened. That movie's not even in the works. It's like, no, Variety and Deadline and all these other ones were reporting that Daniel Craig was in talks to do it. He declines, and now you're like, no, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
So it's just like, come on, man.
Yeah, it's interesting. They say that, we have a 6-year plan and it's all connected, but it seems like it's just random characters and stuff. Like, how exactly is this all supposed to
and
connect?
none of them are big characters.
No.
Like, to me, it's like, okay, Superman, but then you're like, oh, stick around for Peacemaker season 2 that follows Superman, or Creature Commandos 2. It's like, what are these? No Batman. The Matt Reeves movie is being pushed back. Their Wonder Woman stuff, they completely, that was another thing in the news. They were like, they canceled the game, which people were upset about because they're like, you said that this was going to be like the Wonder Woman of the DCU. It was like, you canceled Wonder Woman 3 because you said you had plans for Wonder Woman character. Now you're not doing anything. You're like, we might do something. So it's just kind of like, you need to get your big characters in there, but you're working on Crypto short stories, Starfire, several Green Lantern shows, Creature Commandos. It's just weird.
Where's Lobo at? You know? That's
the thing. They got Lobo announced. So it's just a weird. He's going to be in Supergirl.
Nice. I'm excited now.
Anyways,
Directed
it's a
by
mess.
Cody Gillespie's directing that too, and Lobo's gonna be in it. Woo!
Woodcock.
Sign me up.
Anyways, that's the news.
Wow.
What wow.
Yeah, that was
That's a lot of news.
That was a lot of news. Hey, it's been like 3 weeks since we did this, guys. But now we're going to talk about Daredevil Born Again. 2-episode premiere, 2-season premiere.
Seasons.
Holy
smokes!
I mean, originally it was going to be 18 episodes that they then scrapped and redid. So, could be. What do you guys think? I know, I don't know about the rest of you, but I know, Josh, you really enjoyed the Netflix series.
I think Mick, Mick
I
really enjoys it.
really enjoyed it.
And Mick as well.
He's talked about it.
So,
I thought it was pretty cool.
but
I don't know how you feel about it, Mick, but
I watched the first season of the Netflix one. It was okay for me. But what do you guys think? How does this compare to Netflix, and are you guys enjoying it so far?
I would say it actually pleasantly surprised me that it feels very similar to the Netflix show. I was not expecting that at all, just because of Disney's track record, especially with Daredevil. I mean, with how he was in She-Hulk was just an abomination.
I kept waiting for She-Hulk to show up and start twerking.
yeah.
I don't know.
You know, when Foggy was
Well,
dying.
you only watched one episode, so
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's right.
sorry to spoil it for you.
Ooh, keep my hopes up.
But yeah, everything in the show really, it felt like it was just season 4 of Netflix stuff. Everything from the characters to how violent the show is. The show is pretty violent and gory, which some people might like and some people might not like. Yeah, I thought it was pretty good. I mean, just based off the 2 episodes, but in terms of it feeling like it's just fluidly connected to what we've gotten before with the Netflix stuff, it feels great.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought the first episode was a little slow for me, but it does fit in, like Mick was saying, with the Netflix series, which was pretty like dialogue based, lots of conversations in diners or, you know, in random places, you know?
Yeah.
So like it continues that kind of idea. And I am interested in the story that they're setting up. I like the setup that they have already in the first two episodes. And I thought the action was good. I didn't like the fighting when it was like smoky.
Yeah, you couldn't tell anything.
That felt like a deliberate choice to be like, okay, we got to cover up some stuff here. Let's throw in some.
It
smoke.
almost looked like they were CGI.
I think a lot of it was, yeah.
So I was like, oh, that's kind of crap. Because like the one thing about the Netflix show was like super gritty. Like the fighting was like probably the best part of the Netflix show.
I think the fact that the Netflix show had a lesser budget
Yeah.
than this is they were forced to like, hey, let's shoot a totally practical fight in this hallway,
Right.
and that's all we can do.
Well, that's what that-
But then it's like an amazing thing that people copy then afterwards, and now we get CGI doubles that is clearly like, okay,
It felt like that that fight in the bar when they're going up the stairs. It felt like it was like we gotta copy kind of like the hallway fight.
Yeah, definitely.
Daredevil scene, and it was like, we got to do something similar that makes people be like, oh, this is like the Netflix thing. But it felt like I could tell they were doing that, and to me, it didn't live up to the other stuff.
The only part that bothered me about it was you could tell it was just like some CGI doubles. But I think the pacing of that scene was done really well with conjunction with Foggy's heart like slowing down.
Yeah,
So,
that
like,
was cool.
You like would change perspective to hearing through Matt his senses of, oh, Foggy's slowly dying, and then it would go back to the fight. Like, I thought that was really cool how that was done, and then it all kind of escalates to Foggy's dead and toss him off the building.
You know, I kind of wish James Gunn was kind of directing this, because in that moment, then he'd also be hearing, and then you'd hear like a, and there'd be like a bum on the corner, like passing gas, because that would be like a joke that they would, to keep the levity. That's what it was missing there. Too.
Or he'd put his dog in there or something.
Yeah.
It goes up, licks up the blood.
Corey, what do you think?
Well, I mean, I think I've watched a handful of episodes of the original season, so I'm more of like I'm along for the ride. I'm interested to see how this goes. I want it to be better than a TV like CW. Like I just, if it's better than that, my bar is pretty low. So anything above that, I'm gonna be probably fine with. The fighting scenes were okay. I did like that moment of the heartbeat and stuff like that. I was like, oh, cool, like that's pretty dope. But yeah, it was a longer episode. But yeah, I'm generally interested. They like to foreshadow a lot. There's like a million references of like them intentionally using the word like punish. Mm-hmm. Like every time they would say it, I'm like, okay, it's Punisher.
And the music goes dun dun.
Yeah, for real.
Oh,
there's just a lot of like foreshadowing stuff, which is always fun. But yeah,
that's why they need like a Jim Halpert to just look at the camera.
Yeah,
and like shrug.
Here's a question. I didn't finish She-Hulk.
Yeah.
How does this fit? Because he's dating She-Hulk.
Nah, they're not dating. They're
just having fun.
They're not exclusive.
But like
one night stand, dude.
Doesn't he show up and he like that was the whole thing, like, oh, Daredevil's there, and now this story is like, oh well, he's like her. What's her name? Karen.
Karen Page.
And then, now he's dating. It's just, to me, it's like, I'm like, hold on.
So I'm trying to remember what the timeline is, because I feel like She-Hulk. This is, I think, after She-Hulk for one.
Yes,
and then also,
but it doesn't make sense.
Also, well, no, that was before, it was before Foggy died. He was having fun. And also the weird thing about She-Hulk is that he literally gets brought in at the end because she's like, that'd be cool if Matt Murdock showed up, and he just like falls out of the sky. And then Hulk's weird son shows up.
Bro, what is that? I don't even know what.
Honestly,
it doesn't make any sense.
Is one of those shows that I think they're just gonna. They're like, that didn't happen.
Okay,
remember She-Hulk was there, but
I think
it's a James Gunn situation.
Okay,
if he references,
it wasn't greenlit.
If he references sleeping with with
a green woman,
yeah, then you know that
man,
part is canon.
this one time how does he know? He can't see what color she was.
That's a good point.
He could smell it.
He can smell green.
I think the thing that I'm a little confused and lost on is I didn't see Echo, and I know there's more Kingpin stuff in that. So there was a lot of referencing things that happen in that show that I'm like, I don't.
It's not necessary.
You didn't really miss out much, aside from him being like, the closest thing I've had to a daughter or a son.
And the only
you got shot.
And the reference, but that was in.
He got shot in Hawkeye, but did they fix it or something in Echo?
They fix it, and then he goes and like tries to come back to me.
Does he have some like bionic eye or
Yeah.
He can like see vitals or something.
He can see like underclothes. He's a real pervert.
He's a real pervert.
That's what you got to watch Echo. It's if you want to know how much
how
of
it
a
turns
pervert he
out.
is.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, aside from you didn't really miss much.
No, it's not. What
He
it was.
basically the end of it's like he's going back to New York and they're like, oh, there's a mayor race.
Yeah,
And
he's like,
Yeah.
I'm gonna be mayor.
I think I'll run in that race.
more sugar, water.
Oh my god! He just
I forget that's-
transformed.
Men in Black.
Transformed into Men in
That's
Black.
I always forget that's him.
Water.
What else did you guys think? I mean, I thought it was okay. Again, I only watched the first episode. It didn't. I got busy and stuff. It didn't get me. It wasn't like I was really trying to get. Oh, I need to watch episode 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Part of that is a slow burn. Part of that is I know people love him, but I don't like Kingpin. I don't like Fisk. The way he talks drives me nuts.
Okay.
And
What are you talking about?
He's like RFK.
It's just basically.
That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy. That'd be crazy.
But no, like
That's like not even crazy enough.
It
Like
just
that's
it just
crazier than that.
It
Poor
just
guy.
drives me a little nuts. Like I feel like it's over the top. It's the thing when we watched Echo, it was the same thing as like his monologues. I'm just like, okay, I need someone else to start talking because it's just like I don't know.
It's a very deliberate choice, which I think I agree with you. I've never really been a fan of his
I respect
delivery
it.
because he doesn't sound like that in real life.
Now he does. His voice is stuck that way.
Gargling rocks.
I'd much rather him be like, "Hey, yo, Daredevil, what's the big idea?" You know, like it would work better because it's like a big guy and he's like, "All right, we're gonna sell these drugs or what?" You know.
Mickey
Close
Mouse?
your eyes. Close
Mickey
your
Mouse.
Mickey
I'm seeing Mickey Mouse.
No. Close your eyes and imagine
Okay,
the
go
Daredevil guy. He's like, they're at the diner, and he's like, you know, we got a past, you and me.
No.
You know, the vengeance and everything, but I'm a changed man. You know, I thought I got a daughter that, you know, she shot me in the face, but now I'm different.
Wow, dude.
And scene.
That changes everything.
Whoa! I still saw Mickey Mouse in an oversized coat. That's kind of what I saw.
Oh, hi, Pluto.
Yeah. I mean, you literally, that's the exact same.
But anyway, for me, it's like,
Yeah, it's an okay from me as well.
yeah.
Okay.
After a while, it just is like, all right, come on, someone else do something. I don't know. I know a lot of people really like him. They say his stuff is some of the best, but just for me, it's tough.
Could part of it because we weren't into the original series, you know? Like that. What's
Yeah,
his
you had
name?
to be
Foggy?
there.
What's his name?
Yeah,
Foggy?
it was
What's his name? Foggy or Froggy?
foggy.
Foggy fresh.
Like, were you guys like, oh my gosh?
I mean, it was sad.
See?
But I always
wasn't
thought
so
Foggy was a little bit of annoying.
yeah.
Foggy's always kind of been annoying.
It also,
so,
I also assumed it was going to happen because
yeah.
in the original 18 episode stuff that they said they were doing, the show, everyone was in uproar because they're like, you didn't bring Karen and Foggy back. So
Like,
then
we'll bring them back.
They
all right.
scrapped that, and then
We'll bring
they
them
said,
back.
"Oh, they're
And
back.
you're going to regret that we do it.
Careful what you wish for.
They're back." And they showed like one picture of them walking together, and I was
and he
like,
had blood on his stomach.
but I was like, they're not redoing a whole season and then adding these two actors in.
Yeah.
It's like they're gonna kill him.
Do you think Deborah's dead too?
I don't think.
Well, I don't think she is, but she's.
No, I mean, do you
They
think
took
she's
her out
going
of
to
the-
die? Oh.
They took her out
kill her
like,
in
oh,
like
you're going to San Francisco.
episode 3.
She's my girl.
I think I would have
I love
felt
her.
more
Do you like it
if
'cause
they did kill her off.
Because she plays D&D.
Yeah,
That's why.
sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
exactly.
To me, it felt.
No, go ahead, Mick.
I mean, that's what I was. Yeah,
Wait, you were going to talk about D&D?
Yeah.
Deborah Ann Wool?
yeah.
Yeah, the actress
He said
plays
it would have
D&D.
hurt more if she died than Foggy.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
Because they
I
were
think
love interest or whatever?
Yeah, and she just. I feel like what we were saying is she just wasn't that annoying to me as Foggy was a lot.
Dang.
I feel like she just had a lot more, I don't know, emotional stakes, especially in like the first season.
Yeah.
Do you guys? So, me after watching one season, compared to you guys, I'm probably totally wrong about this. To me, it felt not that believable for her to be,
That a blind guy could do all that stuff.
no, for her to be like, yeah, after it happened, I just left, and they're like, we didn't talk to each other, and we didn't. A year later, to me, it just seemed like I felt like their relationship was deeper and better than for them to just be like, well, you've changed, grief, see you later. It's kind of just seems like too convenient just to get rid of her and have him do something different. Or to me, it just felt like I didn't really buy it. But do you guys buy it?
I mean, I do, because I think it was in season 2 or season 3, they kind of have done this before where it's like, oh, we're not on speaking terms right now. And then they come back and...
Yeah, so they should have learned from the first time.
Different stuff. Foggy didn't
Different
die
Foggies.
first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it didn't really bother me. I was like, oh, yeah, sure. I'll buy into it.
Yeah.
I do really like the music, too.
The music is really good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, like, even just like in that first scene, or I like the intro, too.
Yeah.
The intro was always good for the...
Yeah, I'm glad they kept the theme. It's changed a little bit, but it's still there.
But yeah, and I'm excited for Punisher to show up, because I think
They mentioned him.
They keep
they're like if only there was
Dude, they also there's a reference to Luke Cage as well.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be more
Sweet
excited
Christmas.
I would be more excited if they referenced Nick Cage. Honestly.
that'd be pretty sweet.
Yeah.
Get in the cage with Nick Cage.
Is that his podcast?
Yeah.
That's good. That's gold.
What anything else you guys want to talk about?
I thought the White Tiger stuff was kind of interesting. I guess that actor passed away though. Like,
Is that why they? Oh yeah,
23,
yeah.
which is crazy. It's like 2 years.
Did you say in
ago.
23?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I think he had cancer.
When did they film this?
This was filmed quite a while ago. It's been delayed a lot. And then what you were saying, there's been reshoots. But I'm curious to see.
They're going to get John Lithgow to play White Tiger?
Yeah. Yeah. But in the comics, I think it's his daughter takes over the role too. So I'm wondering if they'll bring that into the show at some point. But yeah, that'll be interesting.
I was a little disappointed that it wasn't Colin Farrell playing Bullseye.
Wrong. The actor is really good in season 3 as Bullseye. He's so creepy and just, I'm sorry, but he's much better than Colin Farrell.
Colin Farrell now though. Colin Farrell back then was like
Penguin
whatever.
Colin Farrell?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Put some prosthetics on him.
I was sad it wasn't the horse from Toy Story.
Bullseye.
I'd like to win Bullseye.
That'd be crazy.
What is this? Man. What a letdown. When they mentioned Bullseye, I was like, shit.
I know. That's stoked.
This is Disney.
Crossovers.
Yeah, I got nothing else.
Yeah.
Cool.
As far as other Marvel shows, is this even just the first 2 episodes? Is this like one of the best for you?
I think it's better, and I think even just it looks good. You know what I mean? Like it doesn't look cheap. So far, I think it's up there towards the top end. I think.
Yeah, I agree. The fact that it feels like the Netflix shows, I think, is a plus because I much prefer
Disney
those.
Plus.
Netflix Plus because I much prefer those over the Marvel Disney TV stuff.
Nice.
But yeah, I think also the fact that it feels more grounded and like low level stakes. I think I don't know. It's easier to consume it as a TV show than like WandaVision.
Yeah.
It's, I don't know.
I'm just waiting for Spider-Man to show up, Captain America.
You got a shout out.
Winter Soldier. I need all those guys to show up. If not,
in a
makes no sense.
outfit, swinging in New York City. My city.
Don't look at me. What do I have to
I don't
do
know what
with
to
anything?
say. I think that's a better voice.
I won't tolerate vigilantes.
talk like that all the time.
I don't think I could.
That'd be great.
I'm sure
I don't know how he does that.
your wife would love it.
Yeah.
Oh, I was saying the podcast, not all the time.
No, all the time.
Yeah.
Your whole identity should change.
What's for dinner? All right, that's going to do it for this episode of the Nerd Age Podcast. You can find us on YouTube, on TikTok, on X, on Facebook, on Instagram. We'll be back next week with more of the Nerd Age Podcast. Thanks for hanging out with us. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
See you later.